Hi, this is Rees Jones, the golf course architect who was in charge of the complete renovation of Lambton. The golf course was completely rebuilt, and each green is distinctively different from what it was originally. The holes flow so naturally with the site. The Humber River comes into play. The new pond on number 5 is evident, and the holes that finish are really strong. This is a wonderful test of golf, and I hope you enjoy this description. This is hole number 1 at Lambton Golf Club. It's a very good par 4. It used to be a short par 4 and a par 3, and we combined the two holes to make this one of the better holes in Toronto. You favor the left side off the tee. There's a bunker to the right of the green, so if you're going to miss the shot into the green, you want to miss it left because there's a good rough recovery area from there. There's a spine going down the middle of the green, so it's important to hit the right half on your approach shot. The second hole is a medium length par 4 that plays downhill. We made a cut in front of the tee so you could see where the landing area is. It's a good driving hole. We now direct the tee shot farther left than it was previously to stay away from the adjacent road. The approach shot is very challenging. You don't want to miss it right. You could really favor the left side again. It's a 2-tiered green, so it's important to hit the right section of the green on the approach. You're generally hitting a mid to short iron into this hole. This third hole at Lambton is about a 400-yard par 4 from the back tees. We directed the hole 40 yards farther left than it was previously by building a cluster of bunkers on the right and redirecting the tee. The approach shot, again, should favor the left side of the green if you're going to hit an errant shot or have a longer shot into the green. The right side has several bunkers, and then there's a rear bunker that is tough to hit out of and get back on the green. The green has a lot of undulation and is very challenging and fun to putt. Hole number 4 is the longest par 4 on the front 9 and plays longer than it measures because it generally plays into the wind. The fairway landing area is bracketed by 2 bunkers, one short right and long left. It's an open entrance to this ample-sized green with a bunker on the left rear, which generally doesn't come into play for the shorter hitters. Again, this is a very challenging hole, but very gettable because the entrance of the green is open and very accessible. Hole number 5 is a brand new golf hole. It's built around the irrigation pond, which was created because the city regulations changed and we had to have an internal pond to pump our irrigation water from. We used this pond to build our tees adjacent to it and then built a wonderful par 3 that has a little upslope in the shot, bunker on the right, and a little small bunker on the left that we've adjusted in the last couple of years. And this is going to be a very strong hole. Again, it's into the wind. Hole number 6 is the longest par 5 at Lambton. We cleared out some trees on the right to have a better view of the Humber River. The bunker's on the left, protect the first landing area, require the golfer to hit a shot short of the Black Creek. If you hit a long tee shot, you can go for this green in 2, but the right front bunker protects the green surface and requires a specifically good second shot to stay on the green. Most players will hit short of the Black Creek and wedge the ball onto this green and get away with a nice par. Hole number 7 is another par 5. Great courses like Baltusrol and Seminole have consecutive par 5s, so this is an appropriate situation for Lambton since these holes fit the land so well. The Humber River comes into play on the right side on the tee shot. There's a bunker in the middle of the fairway, so the golfer can choose the path safe on the left or more difficult on the right. If the player hits the left, the trees on the left really protect the left side of the fairway and make it more difficult to go for this green in 2. This green really is a 3-shot hole, and the contours are such that it's important to get it close to the hole to have birdie opportunity. Hole number 8 is a par 3 that plays very much the same as it did when we first found the golf course. We rebuilt the tee, and the green was redesigned to have several different hole locations with many transitions. The hole falls very severely from right to left, and that's why we have deep bunkers on the left side to really protect the ball from going too far away from the surface. It's best to favor the right side, but it's definitely best to hit the green on this hole because of the great par 3. Hole number 9 is a relatively short par 4. It's tree lined and the trees come into play very dramatically. If you hit it too far to the right, the lion oak will protect the green approach. If you hit it too far left, the ball will go down a severe slope and be very hard to find. If you hit down the middle, you have a short approach shot, and this green is really elevated but protected by closely mowed areas around it, which will move the ball away from the green if it's slightly missed. The frontal bunker is really just a directional bunker on the way to the green. Hole number 10 is a beautiful par 5 that unfolds from the tee because the tee is elevated. The fairway bunker on the left must be avoided. The second shot requires a shot over a cross bunker to have an easy access into the green for the approach. This green can be hit in 2 because the green is very large and ample in size and has a lot of different transitions and hole locations. There's a chipping area left of the green which will take the ball away from the surface for the players that hit a longer shot in and miss the green itself. Hole number 11 starts a series of holes where birdie opportunities can be found. It's a 380-yard par 4 from the back tees with no bunkers in the fairway. You don't want to hit too far right because you'll be blocked by the trees. The shorter approach shot must miss the bunkers on the right, and if a shot is missed on the left, there's another closely mowed chipping area that will take the ball away from the surface. This is a very subtly contoured green, so a lot of birdie opportunities should be available to the players. Hole number 12 is a relatively short par 3. Every memorable golf course should have a hole like this, which is short but still challenging. Shots hit farther left may kick off the slope and go into Black Creek. Shots missed right and drifting will go into a large bunker. so it's imperative to hit a precise shot. However, there's a spine that goes through the middle of this green, so if you want to make a birdie and avoid a 3-putt, you should be in the right half, the correct half of the green surface. Hole number 13 is a potentially drivable par 4. There's a bunker in the middle of the fairway which requires everybody to think about what they do off the tee. The better players hit driver and generally carry the tee shot, but they must hit a precise shot. The green is bisected by a ridge, which means that it's important for them to hit this green in one because this green is tough to putt. The average golfer will hit short of the bunker and hit a short club into the surface, which is protected on the left by a large bunker. Again, this will generally be a par hole for them because this green, if they hit the wrong section, will be hard to 1-putt or 2-putt. Hole number 14 is a middle-length par 4 that plays longer than it measures because the green is very elevated. A good tee shot must avoid the bunker on the right. Then an approach shot goes over Black Creek to the elevated green, which is protected by a bunker on the right and a deep slope and a pocket on the left. This green will be missed quite often, and recovery shots will be plentiful. This is a good par. Hole number 15 is the shortest par 5 at Lambton. It is appropriately very tight off the tee as trees play a factor in the playability on both sides of the fairway. The green is protected on the left by a slope as well as deep bunkers on the right. You can bounce it off the slope and kick it on the green. This is a great opportunity to make birdie, especially for the longer hitter, and there are eagle opportunities here. When they play a championship at Lambton, they generally change this into a long par 4. Hole number 16 is the beginning of a challenging finish at Lambton. The tee shot must be favor the left side and avoid the bunkers on the right or to the trees to the far right. The approach shot is uphill, which requires 1 or 2 extra clubs. Miss the green on the left and you're safe. There's a little bit of a false front in the front. Missing it to the right, there's a bunker that's really protective that keeps the ball from going farther away from the surface, but is a tough bunker shot. The green contours are subtle and challenging to read. They take time to learn. Hole number 17 and 18 were both reversed. Lambton used to end on a par 3, and we thought it was better that the par 3 be on the 17th hole. Thus, the 17th hole is the longest par 3 at Lambton. There's a gorge to the right, which you definitely have to avoid if you don't want to ruin your round. We made it very favorable to favor the left side, and there's sort of a ramp that kicks the ball onto the green from this spot. There's a bunker on the right of this green, which is really not penal, but really protective to keep the ball from going to the gorge. This is a great par 3, and it's a great hole to finish. Hole number 18. All renowned golf courses should have a strong finishing hole, and Lambton has just that. Hole number 18 is 440 yards long from the back tee and really requires a precise shot off the tee. There's trees and bunkers on the right. The green is a little bit on a diagonal, so the right bunker really protects the surface to some degree, but balls can access the green on the ground farther left. This is a long, strong par 4 and a great finishing hole for a wonderful golf experience.